Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I am going to be doing a full review wear test on the new Colourpop No Filter Foundation. I bought two shades. This is the first time in history that I ever buy two shades of foundation because I didn't know which one to buy, and according to their description and comparison, these two would be my match. And honestly, I swatched them and I'm a little afraid, but we're gonna make it work. So hopefully you guys like this video. If you do, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up before you leave and share this video. It really helps out my channel a lot. And without further, let's get into reviewing the foundation. I did end up purchasing these two shades. I ended up getting medium 100 and light 70, which is this one right here. And I have to say that both of these are very yellow toned in my opinion, and I am more neutral. My skin is also combination, but I'd say that it's more normal to dry recently, but for the most part it's usually combination. I also ended up picking up their translucent powder. This retails for $9, and I've never tried their concealer, so I ended up getting one of the concealers, and I ended up getting in medium 20. Also, whenever you bought the foundation, you got a free brush if you entered no filter in all caps. So I did get the foundation brush. Now, I'm not a huge fan of these like flat brushes for foundation. They're just not my thing. So what I like to use these for is like whenever I do a mask at night, then that's when I whip up one of these. I'm looking at the monitor as always, and I look really dark, and I hope that that's not the case. I have a lot of lights because I want this to be like the most true color possible. So anyways, we're just gonna jump right into it. I was going on their website to try and get you guys information on the foundation, but honestly, if you go on their Instagram, you get a lot more information. And to be 100% honest with you guys, I hate buying foundation or concealer or any of that on anybody's website, just because I feel like the description and the pictures are not true whatsoever. I'd rather go into a store and pick them up. But Colourpop ended up having a little description on which shade matches, and I've already swatched the two shades that I have that they compared, and let's just say it's really off. I will insert clips in the video so you guys can see. So we're gonna start off with the lightest shade, which is light 70. This one, they say that it's a warm foundation with golden yellow undertones for light medium skin tones, and it's compared to Maybelline Fit Me 220 is your closest match. So I will insert that swatch right now. So as you can tell, these two are nothing alike. The Colourpop is way too yellow, and my Fit Me matches me to the T. It looks just like my skin, just like my skin color. I love this foundation very much, and this foundation I believe is under $12, so it's like the same price. And this is also a matte foundation, so just FYI Colourpop, if you're watching this, your comparison is completely off. Next, we're gonna move on to the next shade that I bought, and the shade that I bought is medium 100, and they're saying neutral foundation with peachy undertones for medium skin tones, and this is the closest match to this is Fenty 290, which is the foundation that I have also, which is this one right here. So I will go ahead and insert the swatches so you can see for yourself. So by the look of the swatch, you could already see that the Colourpop foundation has a lot more yellow. It is a little more closer to the Fenty shade, a little, just like a hair. If it oxidizes, it would be a perfect match, I feel like. But I'd say that these two are probably maybe the closest match, but not 100%. What I like about the packaging is, one, it's glass. And then I like the stars. I like Colourpop's, like, you know, whole like star decoration. And then this is, I like that it has a pump. And then the way that you lock it is you just twist the cap and it locks, and then you twist it again and it opens. So I like that because it's, you know, child friendly or whatnot. It is also cruelty free and vegan free. They claim that this is a full coverage natural matte foundation, delivers flawless looking skin from day to night. It's oil free, it's lightweight, it's easy to build to full coverage or sheer it out. It's supposed to give you like a soft blurring effect, and it's supposed to feel natural, and it has 25 milliliters or 0.85 fluid ounces. And so my Maybelline gives you 1 full ounce and 30 milliliters. And then the Fenty gives you 32 milliliters or 1.08 fluid ounces. So just giving you all the facts. I've never worn a foundation that makes my skin look flawless, filtered. Aside from the Fenty Beauty, I will say that that foundation is so beautiful, and I know it's so expensive, but in my opinion it is super worth it. Colourpop did come out with 42 shades, so that is extremely amazing that they are catering to many skin tones from super light to super deep. So we are just gonna get right into it and wear this. I don't know which shade to go with, to be honest. I think that for me, medium 100 is probably going to be the best, but I'm going to go ahead and apply I'm going to apply light 70. Oh, I locked it. So I'm just going to get a little, and I have to say that I did swatch these when I got them, and a little does go a long way. So that looks really light on me. Like really light. Like, who's she playing? I feel like medium 100 is probably going to work the best for me, to be honest, just because it's darker. It's really yellow, which I don't like because my skin tone is very neutral. Whenever I buy foundation, I always gravitate towards neutral. But if I have to pick between warm and cool tone, I'd rather get cool tone because I don't like looking super red and pink. Okay, I think I'm going to go in with medium 100. I am going to go in with a primer because whenever I do my makeup, I do use a primer, and I just want this to be the most positive, and that I really gave it my all into giving you the most accurate review. And I like doing these types of reviews just like I would do my makeup on the norm, and I always wear a primer. With medium 100, I'm just gonna do one pump, that right there, and apply it on and then I'm going to go in with my Morphe sponge and blend it out. So that's my skin with just one pump, and I can honestly say it's very lightweight. It blended really easy, but I wouldn't say that it's full coverage. One pump definitely gives you more of a sheer, you know, application. So I'm going to go ahead and apply another pump. I'm going to apply some right here. This is supposed to be a matte foundation, and it definitely doesn't look matte right now. It looks like it's starting to dry up matte, but there definitely is some hydration. It's almost like a satin finish. This is definitely giving me Fenty Beauty vibes right now. It is giving me that finish just like Fenty Beauty. And the color is starting to look more like it also. I feel like even with that second pump, it's still not super full coverage. So I'm going to go ahead and add another pump. Okay, so this side is the side with foundation. And then this side is the side without foundation. So as you can see, my skin is really, really red, and it has a little bit of texture. But it definitely covered up my redness, my texture. Right now it doesn't look super dry or cakey. It does not feel heavy whatsoever. It doesn't even feel like I'm wearing any foundation. So far I'm going to say that I like this foundation very, very much right now. I do like the way that it looks on my skin. We're going to move on to the concealer. Now I am going to put the concealer up right here, and I'm going to attach the Colourpop website picture so you guys can compare the shade. You guys can tell that the shade is completely off. Nothing like what I received. I was on their website for quite a while trying to figure out what shade to get. Normally in any type of concealer, I usually like to get light medium, and it usually works out for most of the time. I have picked up light medium in the Milani and CoverGirl, and those are way too light, almost like this light. But in Colourpop, medium 20 was neutral cool concealer for medium skin tones, so I ended up getting this. Also, my friend Mariela showed me her concealer, and I felt like the medium was way too yellow, so I ended up going with this one, and I feel like it's really, really light, but we're gonna go in it. We're just gonna use it. This does retail for $6. I feel like this side is already drying up and it's looking really pink versus this side. Well, this side is now starting to kind of dry down darker. Speaking of drying down, I feel like my foundation around my mouth is oxidizing, like kind of like an ashy gray. Can you guys tell? I don't know what that's about. I'm like, what is going on? Let me bring you in closer. I have really, really dark circles. I say this all the time on my channel because it's a true story. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but the concealer, it did not conceal my dark circles. I don't know if you guys can tell. I can't tell from the monitor. Maybe when I'm editing, I'll be able to tell. Maybe in this angle. Can you see like all that darkness right there? And then look around my mouth. That is so weird that the foundation is doing that. I've never had a foundation do that to me. Like, should I just leave it and go about my day? I mean, this is like a first impression, what I think. I mean, the concealer is really, really nice. I'm not going to say it's not. It definitely blended out really easy. It doesn't look heavy. It doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't look cakey, but it is settling in my lines. And that's, honestly, that's really normal for any concealer to do for me. But it's just not concealing my circles. So let me apply a little more. Okay, the concealer is just not my favorite at all. It's just not covering up those dark circles. So it's a concealer I will definitely not repurchase. Go in and set it with the translucent powder. The translucent powder comes in 3 shades. It comes in translucent, banana, and deep. And this retails for $9. And they also have a pressed powder that's also $9. I just didn't get it because I'm not a huge fan of pressed powders. Ooh, I picked up too much. Okay, so far the powder I really like. I feel like it looks really nice on my skin. It gives me very much RCMA no color powder vibes. So that I like. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up my face off camera, and I will be back. Okay, so this is my face after. I will say that the bronzer, blush, and the highlight did not move any of the foundation or the powder. The concealer's still there. Everything looks good. The only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and set my face. That's what I do every single day. So we're just going to go ahead and set it. And it is currently 8 o'clock in the morning. And I'm going to go ahead and go about my day. I will come back, do some check-ins, let you know what I think of the situation, what's going on. And that'll be the end of this video. Alright guys, it is now 5 o'clock. So it's technically been like 8-9 hours since I have been wearing this foundation. And this is how we are looking. I know I look really dewy, but I assure you all of this is like highlight. This right here and like here is just like sweat because it's like really hot. I don't think that it's oil. It doesn't feel oily. There might be a bit of oil, but not too much. The foundation for the most part is pretty much starting to break down and separate. That's pretty normal for me for most foundations. Now, do I think that this foundation is a filter on my face? To be honest with you, I don't think so. I only think that the only foundation that does that for me is the Fenty Beauty foundation. This one is more like a regular foundation, if you will. Is it my favorite foundation? It's not. I don't like how right here it looks really ashy and kind of grayish. I don't know what's up with that. I personally don't think this foundation is the best for those that have oily skin. I don't have oily skin. I have combination, and I feel like I'm already looking oily even though it's not oil. It's just like, you know, from being out in the sun and whatnot. I don't feel like this foundation is very long lasting. I feel like it does kind of wear off, and I feel like it does kind of tend to gather in certain areas, like in between my brows, around my nose. It kind of gathered a little more. Do I recommend this foundation? I mean, for $12, I say go ahead and try it. But is it the best foundation out there? No. Do I recommend something else? I would 1000% recommend you go for the Maybelline Matte and Poreless, or even the Fenty foundation. In my opinion, it is a really good foundation. I really like it. I use it all the time. The concealer, honestly, I just will not ever use it again. I would not repurchase it. It's just, it doesn't do anything for my dark circles whatsoever. And then the loose powder, I would definitely recommend that. I feel like my face looked really good. It didn't look powdery or old or dry or any of that. It looked really good. So that is a translucent powder that I do recommend and I would repurchase. Hopefully this review was helpful for you. Let me know in the comments what you think. Have you tried this foundation? What do you think? Do you like it? Are you going to try it out? What are your thoughts? Let me know down below. And that is it for today's video. I'll see everyone in my next video very soon.